What was that first moment that you like? Life reminded you were a black man in this world.
I got pulled off my bike
Okay.
by a police officer.
At Rose White City. We are back. Another episode of a Cool Media Interviews.
Today we have very special Altadena, Pasadena local legends in the building. We have our boy Torb and Scottie Rippin.
Welcome to the Cool
welcome,
Media.
welcome,
man.
welcome.
Back. Hey, what's better, Altadena or Pasadena off the bat?
It's all the same.
It's the same.
I would say.
They're cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah.
It was in the same
East LA and
family.
South Central, no? It's like East LA and South Central.
Yeah.
Is there any like rivalry? Like, oh, you're from Altadena, Pasadena, or is there
Nah.
for the most part is cool?
I mean, I'm sure there is, and like with certain people, but for me,
certain factions of people that gather, I'm sure, but I always called it just Dina.
yeah, just Dina. All right.
You ever been out there? It's super nice out there.
It is.
Word.
It's really nice.
Altadena area?
Altadena, not really. I
really-
don't think I ever been to Altadena. Probably
really
I have,
nice.
but I didn't realize I was in
It's all
Altadena.
just green and lush forest. I don't know about
Very
now, but-
walkable too, like
not-
walkable
not-
and shit.
unfortunately not now, but yeah.
And how you guys feeling, babe? You know, of the whole tragedy. You guys had a crazy year this past year.
Yeah.
How's the family? How's everybody? The community.
I'm grateful. My family, we were all healthy. Everyone made it out. We lost our house.
Damn.
There's maybe 3 houses that are left in like our little area.
Whoa.
You know, I get a lot of waves of sadness that just randomly hit. And I'm at a point where I don't try to fix it. I don't try to find something to distract myself anymore. And you know, each day it's hard to explain, you know,
Yeah.
because I try to find things or find ways that, oh, you know, this is going to keep me going. I'm resilient, and I'm gonna always be resilient. And I love my community. During this, I've learned to become more of service for people. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm I'm my mom's only child, so
Okay.
like I got whatever I wanted. It was always about me.
Yeah.
So to be able to totally switch that to be of service for other people now is a very fulfilling
Yeah.
opportunity for me, and I'm very grateful for it amongst the tragedy, you know.
Well, it's a very traumatic experience, right? And it just comes in waves and comes and goes, right?
Yeah, and sadness is, for a male especially, is hard to explain sometimes. But for me, instead of in the moments like, what can I do to make this go away? I'm just like, I'm gonna feel it.
Embrace
you know,
it.
Yeah, embrace it. And you know, the quote, all this too shall pass, right? You know, of really leaning on that, and knowing that that is not the defining moment, that's not the last feeling I'm gonna have. And you know, going back to the tragedy, that's a chapter in Altadena in my life and our cities, but that's not the end. And that is not gonna be the defining moment. No one moment defines.
Has it
any of
influenced
us.
any of your new work or like any of the stuff you're working on right now?
Yeah. I've you know, I just try to represent where I'm from, who I'm surrounded with, the best that I can of my ability, in a way of, you know, expressing my feelings. I am big on that. I'm big on who I am, what I want to be, and the evolution of a black male.
Yeah.
A man, you know, men in general, not holding the toxic traits that I've gone through within my life, and also knowing that it's still a part of me, the things that I've done.
Yeah.
And it's all a part of the journey. And each day I'm blessed to wake up and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, I just try to honor my city, honor my family, myself, my friends.
How do you guys meet?
I
Oh, man.
The memories.
How long you been sober now?
5 years.
5 years. Hey,
congrats, bro.
congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's say roughly around 15 years or something stupid like that. I've known homie forever. And we used to, you know, be around partying on occasion back in the day. And I didn't really start making music until like maybe 2011, but he was already somebody in the city that was kind of moving around and kind of in the streetwear culture, so he already had his base. So when I kind of started getting, you know, my skill set a little better and getting better at what I was doing more intentional, I went like, yo, let's do it. because I'm about the story for the city. You know what I'm saying? So I went to go grab homie, and we've been rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to music because of him. Like I stopped fucking with that, and I just got to a point where I was like, this shit is just, it's not serving me. But yo, he brought life back.
Yeah. How was it for you guys growing up? Like, how would you guys describe the upbringing? Like, you're black and white, or what's your?
Yeah, black and Danish.
So how was even that experience for you, especially in growing up in your area?
I got to learn how to bag.
Yeah, a lot of my trauma comes from my dad. Like I was way bigger when I was younger, and my dad used to just get on my ass about that shit.
Yeah.
So I learned quick that you either gonna be fighting or you gonna have to learn how to talk shit and find whatever somebody's weak point is and dig at it.
Yeah.
And dig at it. And my experience with that, like my pops was always telling me like, yo, when you get out here in this real world, you need to really be prepared. And my mom was always trying to shelter me from that.
Yeah.
My mom tried to give me everything, put me in the position of, you don't have to worry about that. These things are not going on. They're not real, But, as you move on through life, you see that money, trinkets, things, and all these type of things do not stop you from having the experience of being black.
Yeah.
And for me, I spent a lot of my time kind of just in la la land.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just having a good old time, doing whatever I want,
Yeah.
And there are periods in my life where I started having experiences of like, oh shit, this is what Pops was
Yeah.
always telling me
was
about.
talking about.
And
What was that first moment that you like you had life reminded you were a black man in this world?
I got pulled off my bike
Okay.
by a police officer. Like they were telling, they said, hey, there was a bike that was stolen in the neighborhood. And I had a cherry red BMX, and he had said something about the bike was white, right? So off the rip, I was just kind of like, huh? And he said that the bike was stolen from somebody in a wheelchair. And I was already like,
The fuck?
like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, what's
Yeah.
good with this, And I remember him grabbing me by my arm, and he flipped me off the bike.
Damn.
I remember the first thing I was just like, oh, I need to go tell my mom.
How old were you?
Like 7, 8.
Okay,
something
so
like that.
damn.
That's young.
That's young.
That's young
Period,
to
man.
experience something like that.
And I've had other experiences,
Yeah.
But that was like the one where it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a
you know,
cop.
Like
Hey, bro, that's
you
crazy.
get into with people in the neighborhood, it's child shit,
Yeah.
right? But a grown adult grabbing you is
Yeah.
different. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna tell my mom because she's gonna go down there and talk shit.
Yeah.
Like I knew my mom was a Karen. Like I knew about that shit.
Should have read a letter.
Yeah, I knew about it early. I was like, yo, she's gonna go down there and go fucking
Yeah,
fuck with
for
them.
sure.
And then I was like, oh, I can get my shit off too, because it's kind of like in a weird way, like how do I say it? It's kind of like a white shield in front of me.
Yeah.
It's gonna allow me to say what I want to say, and I'm in proximity because she's my mom. And I remember going down there and I was like, I want to press charges. Like, what the fuck? Press charges? I don't know about shit like that. And I
Yeah.
remember the cop looking at me. He was like, you want to do what? I was like, yeah, I want to press charges. You grabbed me and you threw me off the bike. That's assault. And he was like, you don't even know. He literally told me, like, you don't know what the fuck assault is. And, like, thinking about that experience is like, no, I knew exactly what was
Yeah.
going on. And even with my mom down there, it's like, yo, you can't save me. There's nothing you can do for me in this world. You can show up, you can whatever it may be. Like,
Once some people take you, they can't save you, man.
yeah, and I remember going home. I think because my dad was like not around like that. He was always in Alabama with his side of the family. I remember when I told him that, he kind of just had that face of like, it is what it is,
Yeah.
And I remember the sadness in that too, of like, because it's like this conflict of like what my mom's telling me and then what my dad's telling
Yeah.
me, and then there's the things I'm feeling myself, and I'm like, what's congruent with me is like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that, and it's like, that's where I started seeing like, oh, I'm kind of getting pulled in like all these different directions, and the things that I'm starting to do with like friends and
Yeah.
all these things I'm experimenting with and doing this and that, where I'm like, oh, I don't really got no base to like plant my feet on because of being black and white. That's my experience
Yeah.
with it.
And even in school, like, was that like would they point that out to you? Oh, your hair is different. Because like for me, like growing up in South Central, I would see, like my black homies, they would pick on the lighter one, or even the women on the girls. Like the pretty girl would get beat the fuck up because she had longer hair or whatever it was. Like you'll just find ways to like pick on them, and I would just be like, damn, I didn't. To me, I didn't even understood like that type of like energy. But like as I grew up, I understood like, oh shit, it goes from a lot of trauma and a lot of experiences that they go through. For you, it was similar to that, where that you were being picked on.
Going back to what you said, white supremacy, that's what it's all the root from,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I had those experiences. Mine were more so I got picked on because I was fat.
Oh, okay.
And I was always talking shit. So I would talk shit, I'm fat, and people would get on me for that. And there was a thing of that where like the light-skinned kid, I got picked on by other. So it's like, it's either going to be tough or, you know, talk shit. And my thing was talking shit.
Yeah.
Which gets you into more shit, you know. So I learned the hard way in like with a lot of
And also
things.
just like the term of like, oh, you trying to bag. Like back in the day, I don't know how it is now. I'm pretty sure it's something similar, just named differently. But you had to be able to bag. You had to be able to go back and forth because they'll just you know, tear you apart, and you know that was it. You would get upset and either you had to fight or walk away or whatever. So like I know back then it was like a big deal to like, you trying to bag? Like you trying to bag? So
And you know, baggers, it was like either you got really good at that or you evolved into a bully.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're not gonna talk shit to me because I'm gonna punch you in your face.
And then what age did you start picking up music and then?
Like just in terms of listening to it.
Just not listen to it, but when you
Like when you started.
let me go ahead and pick up the mic.
or
let me get
yeah,
to scribble.
I
down
would
some
write
rhymes.
things in high school. I was like a super big G Unit fan.
Okay.
hell yeah.
Lloyd Banks freestyle.
Okay.
So I would try to, you know, like replicate that,
Yeah.
writing in with a pen and a pad. But that didn't become something where I was like, oh, I want to like actually put something on wax or lay something down until after high school. Because you know, I ain't got no money in school, so it's like when I was able to be like, oh, I can go down and get a mic. Because like the whole thing with music was, I was like, yo, how are they getting these mics? And it's like, I can't afford to go to a studio. And then finding out about Guitar Center, I was like, oh no, I can buy this stuff myself. Like it was learning how to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Of like, I can go buy these things and have these things. And it was cool to me because I was like, oh, I can also bring other people in because I got the equipment now. So it's like, oh, this can be the home base.
Yeah,
We can all
for
do
sure.
this. Yeah.
And even then, when you started, was it like you know how back then when it came to rap, you had to be street or you had to come in it with the I hit you with the blammers and you know like that's how you started.
Yeah, I did.
Because you know, eventually, like Drake, the Kanye, where they changed the way we saw music, but like prior to that, like you said, growing up on the G Unit era, the Game era,
gangster
Lil
rap.
Wayne, you had to come with a little bit of edge. You know, my cousins are Crips, my cousins are Bloods. You had to throw something in the mix like that.
Yeah.
Is that how you attacked it in the beginning?
For sure. Saying the most outlandish shit ever. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you know,
like-
like I could probably hear something from back in the day, like, what the fuck? You know? but you know, again, that's also looking for acceptance. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
Like this is what everyone's listening to. Like, how can I fit in this pocket but kind of make it my own? And that goes back to my thing of you get pulled every which way. Oh, this set of friends likes this type of music. Well, let me make this so like they'll fuck with my music.
Yeah.
And you're getting pulled every which way. And it's the thing with that is I'm trying to figure myself out as an artist, but in reality, I'm trying to figure out who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And when you start messing with that energy, I started creating things that I didn't want. So these things that I'm rapping about are smaller things within it are happening now. And I'm like, I don't want none of this shit.
Yeah.
You know, like home invasions and like all this like
Yeah.
stupid shit like that I'm looking around. And my thing is that I want to blame somebody else. Why are you doing this to me? Or like, why is this happening to me? And it's like, no, it's inward. Yeah. I'm creating all of this. This has nothing to do with anybody else. These are all my internal battles that I'm spilling out and I'm creating the energy. And learning in that and just being like, I got to shift away from this. Because as I got later with music, I'm like, yo, this shit is not changing. Like, it's a lot of dark energy. Like, my drinking habits got worse, and I'm just like, yo, this is not who I am. I gotta go figure out who I am, and not being afraid to dive into that at any age. Because for me, I would always set age barriers on things. At this age, you got to do this. At this age, you better be having this. And there was always a thing of if you still rapping at 30, like what, or any age, and
Yeah.
most people don't even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's similar to the acceptance thing because it's also like the rejection and the acceptance. So all that kind of flows in line too. Thinking about like you have to stop at this age because people say that you're not supposed to do that. So it's also like an acceptance thing, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's like, who the fuck gives a fuck what you think? If that's what you living on, that's cool. Like, I love music. I love being independent. I love like creating things. If I can do this at 70, I'm blessed to do that. Why would I want to stop? If I can still have something to say and I can still evolve, I want to continue to evolve the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Me, personally. That's it. And I ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So going back in, going to internal of like having my own acceptance, you know, that's what I feel that energy created this for us to get together and make the music that we make together.
When you make your music, is it more important for you to put that music out there or the reflection that you're making within the songs? Because I feel like after listening to a few of your songs, it's like, oh, it's all just self-reflection, and it cuts deep. You even go as far as being literal and talking about like the man in the mirror, you know. So it like what is it that makes you want to keep putting that music out there?
What I've been through, I've been a piece of work. Like I've been a piece of shit person throughout my life. And for me to be like, look where I'm at now, look what I've done, look at the journey I've been on, it would be a disservice to humanity to not share these things and these tools with other people, because I know there's somebody somewhere who's trying to get out that mud. They're tired of it, but they don't know where to start. If they pick up anything out of my music that can help them start on that, man, that's a win. Whether it's one person, 100 people, whatever it may be, if one person gets something out of that, I've done my service as a human being, not as a musician, but as a human being. That God has put me here to share these things that I've learned. I feel like a lot of people they just withhold information, or information has to be transactional. Nah, like this shit is free. This is for the world to have. Like if I don't make $1 off it, anything like that, like so be it. But for me to reflect and share that with people, that's the joy in it. I love that. You know,
but also benefits yourself too. The self-expression factor alone benefits you as a person yourself.
Yeah, it's my own therapy. You know, I'm sure people said that so many different ways, but for me to just sit there and just to reflect and be like, damn, you know, you can put these into words, like you can feel these feelings and you're able to express it. Like that's one of the hardest things to do in life is express yourself. To tell somebody I'm feeling like this. Like I see it with so many young people nowadays where they can't tell you how they feeling. You know, you can see it in their body.
They got to be told how to feel and shit.
Yeah,
take it from someone else.
ChatGPT, man.
Yeah.
But you're also passing along the message in a music format. You're not like standing in front, you know, and saying it. Like there's different ways for people to digest it, and I think through music is a good way to do that. And it also builds like your character and your identity as an artist and as a person at the end of the day, because you're doing two things at once. Basically.
Yeah, it's been a place. It's helped me find myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the greatest gift out of it. Anything I can get out of this, like that's my joy. My joy in me knowing who I am, what I stand for, and who I stand for with, who I can do this with, and to fully trust myself. I think that's a thing that we're all on a journey with, to be like, I don't need the external validation.
Yeah.
It's all within me. So to be able to sit and be like, nah, I don't need to do that, or that doesn't mesh with what I stand on, like that's a blessing. Like that's like that's the real joy. The real joy in
Being
like
a human.
Yeah, and being human, to be like, no, I fully trust myself no matter what you're trying to tell me or what you're trying to present it to me. Like I know what's for me and I'm okay. I don't miss out on anything.
Did you hit rock bottom for you to realize that, or what?
Oh, yeah.
What was the point where, you know, when famously Kendrick says when he switched his name from K Dot to Kendrick because he wanted to like give himself now instead of trying to give this persona of a gangster rapper. He wanted to give his real self. Well, what was that point for you?
I think I relate to that a lot. Like
Yeah.
in terms of my old rap name was Qualms.
Yeah.
I go by my full name now, full name, no gimmicks, that I'm not hiding anything. Like I'm not coming at you as a rapper. Like I'm a human being. Like we're sitting down talking about things that I've experienced. These are not things that I'm trying to manifest as a character. Like it's me.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like my drinking, like with my partnership with my girl, like the things that we were going through in the time where, you know, I'm trying to figure out what do I want in my life. And I'm knowing what I want, but I'm doing everything opposite to it. Like I'm all the learned behavior I've learned from my parents is just spewing in and out of me. And, you know, I got sober during the pandemic. That moment was one of those just like, again, going back to it, I was like, yo, by 30, you can't be drinking, still drink. You can't still be fucking around, right?
That's true. By 30,
Partying.
just cut it off.
But at that point, that shit's worse than ever. You know, I could drink a fifth of Hennessy and stand up. Like, that's not something to be proud of, you know? But I remember we were at my friend's house in downtown, and I had a bottle of Remy, and I poured up a drink. I took a sip of it, and I looked inside of it, and I said, this shit just don't work no more. And I didn't pick up alcohol after that.
Wow.
I haven't had a craving for it. I like non-alcoholics.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I like
and they're good too. They taste just like the real shit.
I like a cold
Without the fucking hangover.
Yeah, a cold crisp 0%er. I like that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But the having to reset every week or every couple days
But also you realize like in the span of months how much different your mindset is off alcohol. Like the fogginess is gone, like you're sleeping better. Like there's a lot of benefits that come from that you don't notice until you take that journey.
Yeah. You gotta feel those things, you know, like I had to sit with myself.
Yeah.
I have to sit with the feeling. I have to sit with these things that I think about and not run from anymore.
Yeah.
I was really good at running.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when
That's what I always say. Like we have to feel this pain. We have to, like I'm trying to work myself, trying not to smoke as much. I gotta feel the losses. I gotta feel the wins. I gotta stop numbing ourselves.
Yeah.
But also with like the continuous drinking and like trying to get sober, like, you know, let's say you stop cold turkey, you still have to deal with like, you know, the regrets and everything, the mistakes you did before and the people you hurt. And like, you know, it takes a while for people to even like grasp the idea that you're sober now. Like, you don't drink no more. Like, you know, it might take months or years for people to like know that you're like shedding that off and you're like becoming something else, something new. And like, for me, it was hard too. So like, I can only imagine, you know, like what you're saying and how you're going about it. So that's a big deal, bro. That's congrats for sure.
I appreciate that.
Huh?
Yeah, everything is still there. Like
Yeah.
whether you drinking or not, like everything is still going on. Life is still moving forward. All the things you're doing are still happening. And you know, going on the point of people dealing with it, I'm pretty sure there's people who still see me as who I was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, that person is still not the same. But who am I to tell you anything about it? You know, all I try to do is show up and be the best version of myself every day. And that's the journey of it.
Yep.
You know?
I feel like you can immediately feel that. Just you saying that your old rap name was Qualms, isn't that literally like an internal like battle? And
No problem,
you are
man.
now you. And then in your music, it feels like everything's sort of a reprisal, you know, where you're coming from the dark side and you're in here and you're like trying to give hints. Hey, here's a light, but also here's a little bit of jams. You know, we're trying to party too because there's a lot of good beats in there, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
I think I appreciate it. Man.
Rippin'
You know,
Yeah.
Let's break down the project. How did that come about?
Well, we got this beanie right here. I don't know if the camera's getting it or whatever.
Oh no,
That
we are
was-
getting for sure.
That was the initial project we had came out with the beginning of the year, and we were working on that one prior. And unfortunately, he had made some of the merch and all that stuff, and then I think the release date, was it the exact day?
Yeah.
The day we were going to release the project, the fires basically took his house and took all the merch and took all of that. And we kind of just reconvened on that and was just like, we don't even feel good about putting this out right now. It just doesn't feel like good. We don't want to like, you know, almost do it off the backs of that to some degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we basically just let it rock for like a week or two, and then, you know, he decided to be, hey, let's just put one out. And people responded to it well because we had named the project 91001, obviously, and we made that particular song maybe, it was the last song we did on the project, right?
Yeah. In September 2024. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of worked its own way out to kind of be like a dedication to the city to some degree. So people responded well to it. And we were just like, man, let's just keep going. You know, like, so we probably have another full project worth of songs that probably ain't even out. We got a bunch of like scragglers and stuff like that, but this one came together pretty well, and just trying to do something new with the production and give them some different bounces and like, you know, tempos, different drum patterns to try and make it like a little like, you can maybe like nod your head a certain way and like party to it, but hit you with some positivity and shit like that, you know?
How do you find self-expression through music as a producer, as a beat maker?
I'm sure you rap at one point, right?
I mean,
You try. I'm sure you
everybody here probably wrote some bars.
Absolutely.
Freestyle. I've seen the freestyle.
This record for Helmy in the low.
Absolutely. Everybody's
We
rapping.
actually got like a hook on like something from some years ago. My homie just put on CD. Nobody's ever like heard it.
CD.
And they're always trying, not for real. And people are always trying to get me to rap because I got like the mind for it. But I'm like,
I was like, yo, why don't we do a project of you rapping? We going back and forth. And he's
I'm
like,
gonna give everybody a verse at some point. It gotta be that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I grew up skateboarding. So, you know, along with his story about like the bullying and all that, like I was the only black guy skateboarding like before Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I had to deal with that type of energy all the time. But thankfully, like skate videos a lot put you on to different music.
Yeah.
You know, you're growing up in the hood and stuff like that. You watching Mace and DMX on TV, then you put on the skate video, you getting The Cure and all this random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Gang Stars, different types of stuff.
Yeah.
So when I first started producing, I was trying to be Ninth Wonder, DJ Premier, and stuff like that.
we all did.
Wonder.
We all did.
You know, like I was just on that, and you know, always had a love for all different types, like including the mainstream stuff. So it was really about just building a skill set for me and trying to.
But you were having East Coast.
You know, my favorite rapper is Big L, so a lot of people, a lot of the years I was producing, people were getting mad at me, like, bro, you need to start making some West Coast shit, dog. You from out here, like, what are you doing?
Everybody wants the West Coast.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm like, okay, but like, they got that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can express myself from out here in fine ways. I just think I got a little better at it over the couple of years of being like, okay, well, let me switch my drums up and then like get a little more creative on the soundscape. You know what I'm saying? Just the type of samples I'm chopping up and little instrument pieces.
But my opinion, if you appreciate the East Coast, from what I've noticed, the LA cats, people from the West Coast that favor the East Coast, they tend to be better artists, low key. Personally, I've noticed that. I'm big on the East Coast. Most of my playlist is always mostly East Coast.
It's because they tend to be less boxed in, and they have that East Coast flavor that they can come in and out of, and still play with the West Coast sound. You're not just West. It's like
it's diversity. To be honest, it's diverse.
Diversity and range.
I take from everywhere. My favorite band's Coldplay, man. I be stealing.
Oh hell yeah!
I got a sound I use, and like if I made 10 beats, there's a Coldplay sound in 2 or 3 of them beats, easy. Like that nobody's ever gonna notice because it's a random ass fucking sound from the song Sparks or something.
But you know it's there.
You know it's there.
I love it. It's right there in my little folder. Throw right in that shit. So yeah, I got like rock influences.
Who was your Tony Hawk game? Did you have a skater? Who was your?
My favorite skateboarder is Stevie Williams. He wasn't in the game, obviously.
Okay, I don't know.
Stevie Williams and Andrew Reynolds, big inspirations.
Andrew Reynolds, I was just playing Tony Hawk this past week.
Yeah. All that Baker stuff back in the day.
I have the 1+2 version.
Oh yeah, the revamped, the revamped one.
The revamped, bro.
Oh, shit, yeah.
They got the new ones out.
Which one had the best soundtrack, bro? Has to be 2, right?
Fuck, dude, damn, you taking me back.
Might be 2.
Has to be 2, man.
I'll probably
Shout
go
out
2 because I
Bucky
remember like B-Boy Document and like
yeah.
certain shit in the Ace of Spades. Like I just remember that shit in my brain. So probably that soundtrack's the one that stand out the most for sure.
Yeah, that shaped you to like understand different types of music because that was also my introduction to like rock and like different types of music that I never heard before.
And that's kind of a funny way because I got it from the skate videos, and I'm glad other people got it from the skateboarding game. So it's like a mix of like the skateboard culture of what we really were to be put into the game so that people can get all of it. You get a little bit of underground rap. I don't remember them having like no super mainstream.
Nah.
No,
Rapping
they-
it. Not
they-
rap. I think
you're
rock
right.
they had it, but
They had a very like boom bap. Rap.
Yeah.
They had like, oh shit, they always had boom bap rap.
But I think also it was.
Shout out
a-
to the white boys. The white boys, they stay on that boom
But
bap.
it was also the beginning of thinking about copywriting music for games. So
Yeah.
they went with like easier people that more accessible.
yeah. We gotta
Yeah.
pay them licensing fees.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I think they had like some. What the fuck is that? The Aces. Who was that? Like I don't remember who that is. That's like a very popular fucking song though. Probably hit them over the head for that. But
Motorhead.
Oh, yeah, I think Motorhead
I
was
about
there.
to say like
Yeah.
Pantera or some shit. Yeah. So they had a little budget. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, I got the influences from all that. Just watching shit at my grandpa's house in the morning, skateboarding. My older brother, I still argue with him about it. I'm like, you didn't fuck with none of that shit. Like he didn't fuck with none of that DMX, the Mace, none of that shit. We was like prime that era, and he just like he introduced me to like Reflection Eternal, to Live Quality and High Tech, because he saw a commercial on like BET,
Yeah.
and then he was super into Jimi Hendrix and Bob Dylan, and like he would go back and get like old Common albums, and like, you know, I got an MF Doom hoodie on right
Yeah.
now, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of everything. I just love music as a whole thing, so I steal from everywhere.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, you can feel that there's really no gimmicks
Yeah.
going on. I feel like you're really giving him the service and like being able to lead with his voice, and you just, you know, you're there giving the vibes with the music. The
And
tempo.
the sounds, you have
Yeah,
a
it's
very
top-notch. The
diverse
production
sounds.
is
Like
top-notch.
you have very like, oh, okay, like I like the little loop you have right here. Like you have pretty good, you have different. You have,
But
a
it
lot
also
of
feels
different-
thick. It doesn't feel like
does.
empty. Like the beat doesn't feel like empty. It feels like very good proportions.
Yeah.
You know,
I
of
felt like I was
everything.
listening to an album from the '90s with today's like production value.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
You
that.
see, the thing with Scottie is that I've known him for a while, and I know these things, but like to hear like people who literally do not know anything, like it's good. It's
know
happy. It's
something.
good.
I know a little bit.
No, but like I'm saying, like
Nah, I'm
I
kidding.
know his samples are weird. Some people don't even rap on his beats because of that reason. They say it's weird, or he does West Coast.
That's when I first met you.
He does West Coast his own style. They want it this way. He's like, I'm gonna do West Coast, but I'm gonna do it like this. If you don't want it, you don't want it. And like that's always been his thing. So like, and even like if you're from Pasadena, Altadena, and you know about Scottie, and you know people have gone in and out of there recording, and he's carved his own lane. He's been doing it for a long time. So like, it's good to hear this was breaking down the samples, because he does all that. He has samples over samples, and then he has the little subtle samples and the left and right, like not as loud, but they're there.
Yeah,
like
noticed that.
I noticed that at the end of some of the songs, like he's not rapping anymore, but the sample or the song is still kind of playing at the end,
Yeah.
and you get to hear some of those things that you know you were hearing the
Yeah,
whole
it's
time.
got great texture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
texture.
yeah,
for
texture.
sure.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's very good texture on the beats.
And it's hard to get those notes right because sometimes the notes be sharp or like something different. So it takes a lot of skill, bro, to like bring together so many sounds and for it to sound good.
Yeah, it's like subtlety sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the time, I'll just tuck shit in a beat because you'll feel it, you won't even hear it. And then it's like what he's saying is like if you get some space where he's not rapping over, then you'll hear some of the shit. And I kind of like look at music as like, well, there's drums and then there's music.
Yeah.
So like I can go do like a drum bounce that's like, okay, let me just start with drums and do like some shit that's kind of a popular bounce right now. But like the music is what's really my sound. All the textures and the little nuances might be a little scream over here, might
Yeah,
be a
I like
little
that. I
like this
actually
thing
like
over
that.
here, and like
And
all
the
that type of
bass,
shit.
the bass is also your thing too.
Yeah, like yeah,
Not the 808s, but like the bass.
It's because
like
I
the
couldn't do
bass.
them. You know, like, cause when I first like, I fucking sucked at that shit. Like, cause you know he was obviously producing this shit too, and I'll be like, this motherfucker just like he gets it with the 808s. I could not do it to save my life.
Yeah.
Like I tried to make trap music and I fucking sucked at it, and I was just like, I'm done with this shit. I don't even care anymore. Like I'm just gonna do what I do, you know.
Yeah.
So when I first met him, I was coming around and I had like 9 million sounds in my beats. And people just weren't fucking with him, and they were fucking with his beats, and I kind of learned even from him, just like, yo, like, fucking stop overproducing all this shit. You're doing too much. It's like a fucking like
You're throwing everything.
it's like gumbo. I'm just throwing everything in there, trying to be like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. And it's just like, I'm not trying to be in no fucking beat battles, dude. Like, I gotta fucking like leave space for the artist. So I had to like learn how to overproduce, to learn how to underproduce, and then when to dial it back and leave space for the artist. And I still think I'm like a little heavy-handed sometimes.
Do you guys deal with that on while you are recording? Do you feel like he does that, or how do you guys measure that, like to not overproduce records?
I think it just comes with feeling.
Feeling.
You know.
We was in there yesterday, and
Yeah.
I fucking he pulled up. I had like some drums, and like before he put, I was like, yeah, I'd like already chopped this one sample like 8 different ways. So like, you just let me know which one you like. And then we didn't even use that, and then I found another sample and just started chopping that up. So
And
yeah,
you just gotta let people get their shit off. That's
Yeah.
like what it really comes down to, you know. Like if there's something in the music he's making that gives an inspiration, we lay something down, then we can strip it. You know, that's not an issue. Or we can go back and put something new in there. It's just about catching that feeling of like, okay, this invokes something within me to tell a story or to give my perspective on something. And like he doesn't send me beats. Like everything we do is together, which I think is also special. You know, so it's like
Yeah.
you're sitting there and it's like
Collaborative,
it's an energy that you
Yeah, it
create.
is an
So
energy.
send me beats. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really fuck with that shit.
No mustard.
Not because it's like it's not real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not about to get lost in motherfuckers' emails. That's not even fun. It's like, yo, send beats. It's like, for what, bro? So you get like you're gonna get beats off of YouTube anyway, like a lot of motherfuckers is doing. Or it's like I'd rather have somebody pull up and be like, and it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's like I like a weird guilt. Like if I made this for you, you gonna feel more like, well, damn, maybe I should fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's also collaborative as opposed to
Yeah.
just sending random beats to people. It's like they just gonna look at your email like whatever. While they at Chipotle, they
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. Like they're not gonna like, you know, you got to be in that headspace. And I like working in a space where it's people feel like it's for them
Yeah.
and it's for us, and it's like really a collaboration in it because. You know, I used to send out beats and nobody ever did shit with them. So I'm just like, it's fucking pointless.
I think that's a great thing you pointed out that if you're in a room with him, he's just going to subconsciously make the beat for you. You know, I think he knows that it has to serve your voice, your tempo, your style. Did you guys come into this project knowing that you wanted to complete something, or you just were fucking around in the studio and were like, oh, we have like 20 songs, let's put something out?
His hard drive crashed.
Really?
So a lot of those songs are MP3 mixes.
that.
That's why if you listen to them, like some like sounds like this shit is a little muddier than, or this isn't as loud.
I basically lost like 5 years worth of music.
Damn, bro.
So that was like all the artists I was working with, beats, everything. Thankfully, you know, I would try to get small mixes on some beats. So a lot of the beats that I sent and work with artists, they still have those beats if we want to like do shit. But I lost all the stems, hundreds.
Was it an external thing?
Nah, my computer just
computer?
took full shit, and I was just like coasting, like I wasn't backing shit up. So I just lost 5 years worth of shit.
That hurts.
She was those.
I could have went on a fucking
Five
cave, but I'm
external hard drives.
Those.
I got, hey, he got me one. He was like, bro,
I was like, which
this
one
shit
do
is
which one do we
crazy.
need to get? Like
Yeah.
that was like the first thing off the rip because you know you have to learn,
Yeah.
and like if your shit don't crash, you're not gonna know to be prepared. It's just a part of the
Felt
game.
like
you know?
Superman in that bitch. Like, this
Gotta
shit
get
never
them
happened to me. That
G-force
shit.
ones, you know?
Yeah, man.
And it was like, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like how the year's been. Like, this is kind of just like, you know, this is the energy, right? We can't fight it. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
We got these things saved. We can figure it out. Let's just keep creating, and then we'll get to a space. You know, I've always been the one where like, nah, you gotta have the files. Like, we gotta get the stems. We gotta get everything so it sounds the best. So it sounds like this. Like, so I'm just like, at the point now, I'm just like, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, like
Just adjust.
you have to be able to adjust. You got to be able to like move as things shit.
Yeah, you're right. Because even like the Extentacion, his biggest hit, Don't Look at Me, is a crazy rough mix. And I hate that it sounds crazy, but it's art. You know what I mean? It's just to learn to
If we
appreciate.
go back to like the mixtape era, like for real, all that
Joe
Two Dope Boy
Budden,
shit.
Joe Budden mixes were
All that shit ain't
Nah, it's
mixed.
great.
Go listen to all that.
Joe
Go
Budden
listen
had
to
the
that
worst
currency
mixing,
shit, dog.
bro.
Go listen to that motherfuckers be that shit be low ass vocals, the beat ain't all that shit. So it's
all
like,
the EQ off, bro. Like
yeah,
fucking
yeah. Like
crazy.
people still be getting that off.
Like that Nipsey count up the loot. Count
Oh,
up that loot.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, this
yeah.
beat ain't even mixed, but it's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, because it's not the mix, it's the energy that
Yeah,
you
for
bring
sure.
in, who you are, what you
Feeling.
put into it, and that's also you learn that.
Yep.
Like it's not about the technical things. It's
Yeah,
about
I ain't trying to go through that shit again. No, fuck that.
And you know, right, when a hard drive crashes, shit, to this day, it hurts for me to have like, oh, fuck.
But also, I think I'd rather listen to something not so good mixed as opposed to something overproduced. I think
Yeah.
overproduces.
Overproducing, overpolished.
Yeah.
Sometimes could just be like, all right,
It'd
well,
be
what the
worse.
fuck are they?
It'd
What
be
are they
worse than
selling me? You know
undermixed.
what
Too
I'm
many
saying?
drops in the
Yeah.
in the music. It just
Yeah.
it sounds like it's factory made. You know, it's just like, oh, this sounds like something like that. Like
Yeah.
they cut out this, they flipped the beat here instead of just being like, oh, this
And
is
maybe it just
this all we
needed to
got.
happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it just needed to happen.
I guess that's what I was gonna say. I know it sucks and it's hard to come back from that, but it's also kind of freeing in a way, right? Because you can go back to scratch and like, fuck it, let's not remake that, but let's make something new.
Yeah, I mean, he knows me. Every time some bullshit be happening, I just start laughing. Like, this shit is dumb. So I more so had like just laugh about this shit. I was more like kind of sad for him to be like, yo, dog, we can't have your boy really go crazy on the mix. But I'm just like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I can always make more beats. So that's
Yeah.
what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about two things before we get into the album, because I know you do outside of music, you do your clothing brand, and you also do sound baths. Like break that down.
Well, my girl does the sound baths. I do breath work.
Okay,
I'm a
breath work.
facilitator for that.
Oh, so that's different.
Yeah,
That's different.
they're in the same realm, but breath work is with the control of your breath, where the sound baths are through sound.
Sound, yeah.
So
that's fire.
yeah, so and with that, that's been a part of my journey too.
Okay.
You know, of learning how to regulate myself, of learning how to just go deeper in.
Can you break it down a little bit? What you do?
So breath work is it's an ancient technique where you're doing cyclical breathing for 30 minutes. Your nose is closed. I can give you like a little tutorial. Like for me, it's hand on chest, hand on belly, big breath, two fingers. Like, and the whole time you're not using your nose. It's just all.
Yeah.
But I do it with music. So the songs that I choose for the playlist are songs that invoke the emotion of whatever I may be trying to like purge through.
Yeah.
So if it's something where it's like, all right, you know, things from childhood are kind of bothering me at this point in my life, I'm gonna pick some songs from that era that are like evoke emotion through that to take me through that. And for me, man, it's like I've been able to have visions of ancestors, all type of like cool
fire.
things, you know, that like I used to be like, these niggas tripping,
Yeah.
seeing shit, like the fuck, you know. But my spirituality has grown, and I feel like spirituality is so important, like
Yeah.
for humans, in just knowing that we're just these little things, you know. And it's like none of this shit is that serious, you know. Like take yourself, like I'm an artist, rap, and it's like in the grand scheme of things, you know.
Yeah.
And just thinking about like concepts of things, like imagine we're some outside beings, right? And they're trying to explain to someone else there's these couple of guys sitting in a room talking on these mics about music. If you don't understand that concept, you're like, what the fuck is that, right? So like to be able to open up like bigger ideas in life of like bigger things outside of here, you know, it's really helped me with that. And it's really helped me with anxiety and just doom or gloom, because I can get in like a state of like, oh shit, things are fucked up, and latch onto that and just be like, nah, I trust myself
Okay.
and be free.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope and pretty interesting. Like just as a male, you know, to be in that space and do that, because we don't.
Also, like finding something that like helps. We that's like the hardest thing for people. Don't let go of the vices and find a good thing that could help you like go through those ups and downs and be able to be centered at the same time. You know.
Yeah, because my biggest obstacle is male loneliness. Like we can kick it and we can do shit, right? Like, but there's still this like empty feeling. Like we go watch a game or do some shit like that. Like, are we really connecting? Nah, we're not. We're not saying how we actually feel. And society is always telling us, bury that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Bills, work, go do that. And I'm just like, I don't want to spend my life doing that. Like, that's not my role in life. Like, and masculine versus feminine, I'm just like, all these things are they're just stupid to me, you know? And the things that I've learned throughout my life and learned behavior, I just want to let it go, because I want to be as joyful as I was as a child, because I deserve that. It's my birthright.
Yeah.
It's all of our birthrights. And it's nothing more freeing than seeing men to get together who can smile and share, like, yo, this is how I'm really feeling right now. I feel like this. It's like, oh yeah, we can connect on that because we all have feelings and we all know what things feel like.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I think we're gonna have to get you on and lead a session or something.
yeah, I mean,
That would be great,
I would love
actually.
to, you know, whenever anybody's ready, it's always there. That's a beautiful thing too. Like, I don't try to preach or say you need to be doing this. It's like, yo, whenever you want to do it, here, come through. You know, like if it serves you and it's something that helps you, man, put that in your tool bag and go share it with somebody else.
Yeah.
And if you know how to make it better, please tell me.
Yeah.
I'm all about information, sharing information, and making things easy. Life is not supposed to be some hard grind for us.
Yeah.
There's a theme we always talk about, male loneliness, and sort of everything is sort of against us in that all you do when you're online is like scrolling through half-naked women. Everything's trying to get you to gamble. Everything is just a disservice to you.
Yeah.
You know,
That might be your algorithm.
unfortunately, I'm on a lot of algorithms. You know, that's part of working in social media and understanding like the psyche in marketing, especially. That's the primary thing I do. So the psyche is always just trying to get you to believe in one thing and then fall into that trap and just sort of, you know, that's how, you know, companies like OnlyFans are multi-billion-dollar companies because they prey on lonely men and they prey on women being willing to just show themselves for a few bucks a month, you know.
Lonely women too. You know, we all have it, and they want that to become your identity. And it's like that's not the only thing that I'm about, you know. And for me, it's like if I better myself, and I better myself in my friendships, that means I'm gonna be a better partner in my relationship. I'm gonna show up differently. I'm gonna have more space. I'm gonna be able to the things that you're telling me that I'm not evolving in. I'm taking care of my needs, so now I can take care of your needs. Like I can't show up if I'm empty. And I know for a lot of men, they're empty.
Yeah.
You know, you got to show up for your kids, your job, your wife, or whatever it may be, and you can't even show up for yourself. It always has to start with self. And I'm not saying it in a selfish way, but you need to take care of yourself to be able to give it out.
Help
Like
everybody else.
I can't be a service to somebody unless I'm in the service of myself.
Yeah. I feel like even when men hit their 30s, that's where I feel like that's where you have to figure out ways to like be able to deal with like the loneliness and to better yourself. Because I feel like that's where the age where everybody's a lot of doubt comes in, like where you should be in life. You got to do this, you got to do this, and we that's where in my opinion, that's where a lot of most of the males don't know how to deal with it. You know, they'll go to their drinking, they'll go to their smoking, and they'll just stick to that until next, you know, they're 45 and they're like, what the fuck? And then now they have other problems by that time. So now you got to deal with both problems, mentally and physically. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a struggle.
Everybody got to like find how much of that shit works for them, because I be resetting my algorithm all the time. And particularly, I try to stay off that shit. I'll let like group chats pile up with just memes and all this shit, and I'll go check it at night because it's just like
same.
I'm always thinking about what else I could be doing.
Yeah.
When I'm on there, you know, everybody's gonna doom scroll on occasion, like, you know, certain little shit that just gets you, hit you 5 in a row. You be like, damn, this shit is hilarious. But I'll be looking like, man, let me go see if let me go hit the theater. Let me go do this. Let me go find somebody talking about some cool shit. Let me go see how he made Kill Bill. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go learn. I'll be watching a lot of documentaries, music documentaries. Yeah. People like, there's a lot of, people aren't really focused on consuming information that genuinely helps them. Like, I could lose 5 years worth of music, but I've consumed so much information that's beneficial that I don't even really trip off of it, because I've heard every story of how people created shit.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps you going. And then you just realize the shit ain't really about nothing. Just fucking keep doing what you're doing, you know? Keep your nose to the grindstone, just keep at it.
Yeah.
All this, like, internet shit will just knock you off your fucking pivot, you know?
And even at this age, like, how do you guys stay motivated to continue doing music? Like, you know, you hear that a lot when you turn 30. That's where, like, why are you rapping? But I'm like, bro, like, music is
because Jay-Z will still do it.
Because Jay-Z did 44. Look, Nas at 50 still doing top tier albums.
Really doing it.
He reinvented himself.
The people that are really doing it, and like, you know, I don't really do it for the benefits. The reason why I do it is kind of like, we supposed to leave shit here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I could just leave shit here that people can consume in a way, and it'll like help them think about certain things, and that's good enough for me. But it's like, these motherfuckers is old, you know, and I'm up there too. So it's like, Motherfuckers be 45 rapping West Side Gun. Like I ain't,
West
you know,
Side
I'm not
Gun.
shitting on them. I'm just saying like everybody is older.
Yep.
None of these dudes are young.
None of them.
None of them.
Even Playboy
Everybody's
Cardi.
over the
Even Playboy Cardi. Everybody feels like he's 21, bro. He's like 32 or 33.
And I don't even mean it disrespectfully, but that's like Lil Uzi Vert is like 30 something
Yeah,
now. It's
yeah.
just like, are you gonna keep doing that?
Yeah.
You're welcome to do it. They got on Drake for like, are you gonna? You're
Yeah.
gonna be a little more mature. Like
Yep.
everybody can still do it if they choose to. It's just people, like he was saying with the characters. Do you want to be a character or not? Do you want to be real? So the shit turns over. You know what I'm saying? It's all this mainstream shit is gonna crumble and it's gonna go to the indie shit.
Yeah, that's what I see now, and I do like where we at on rap. We're getting like dope rap right now. We like the clips, the nominations,
But that
a
even
lot of
that, there's
independent-
spaces for everyone. There's
There
spaces
is.
for like older heads that still want to
are.
listen to like stuff like that. There's space for everyone to like make music. So
I always thought about it though. I was like, you're older way longer than you're younger.
Yeah.
So I always thought like that. It's like
That's
when
a bar.
When J.
that
Cole,
is a bar.
look you a bar. I'm
when
stuck
J.
on that
Cole,
one.
and, like J. Cole and Kendrick, they grew.
Yeah.
I was when Cole and them first came out. I was like, 19.
Insane,
Like
yeah.
the shit he was talking about, I was outside doing it.
Yeah. Sheesh.
So as he got to grow, I got to grow.
Same.
So it's like, then you can start talking about the economy. Motherfuckers ain't got money like that to be fucking Dirty Sprite down and all this shit and be out in the club and all the clubs is closing. It's like,
Yeah, you're right.
it's a mixture of like people don't have the money. Older people still want to have fun and listen to something that's valuable to them, and it's like, okay, cool. People need to make that thing, because you can't. Everybody they want to be in the club and think all that shit's cool. You're gonna get older, brother.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. You're not gonna be. It's getting you niggas is standing on couches still have at it like in the club. It's like okay, y'all got it.
And the funniest thing
It
about
doesn't look
that,
cool anymore.
my bad, I didn't mean
Yeah,
to.
nah, go ahead.
I didn't mean
I'm
to
just joking,
interrupt
no.
you. My bad. The funniest thing about that is we are the consumers with the most money, our age bracket.
Yep.
So it's like, what are we looking for? Like when you become sober, or you become a dad, or you become a business owner.
No.
You want a different palette of music. So I feel that it's always a good time. It's just figuring out how do you get it to whoever needs it. And you have to keep showing up. It's like with anything, like going to the gym or going to whatever you do, you keep going. There's down days, there's up days, but like the grind, right? That they say. I like it, like I love the process of it. I love the process of going to his spot and making music, It's better than when I would go to like an actual studio or be in these sessions and stuff like that. Like the more grassroots and grounded I am, I can go in there and I can always have something to speak about.
Yeah.
And we need other types of music in the space. That's why I
do.
love what he does because it's mainly positive and he has his things that he's into. And it's like, okay, well, this is something in the space now. It's in the marketplace so people can find something different, and you got to be the change you kind of want to see in this stuff. Because if everybody's just making the same stuff all the time, who's the individuals,
And independent is being successful right now. You have the Russells doing his style of music. So you just got to find and be able to find your own crowd. And it's there. You just be able to be consistent enough and be able to even involve in that lane as well. It's, it is about evolution to even see like what's his name? Ben Staples to this day, like creating great records, creating dope fucking shows, just being able to involve in the space and accept the aging part of it. I think if we're able to accept it, and also let's respect our rap legends. Like let's continue support because what I noticed that like rap is the only genre where you're old people don't want to get off you. Right? Like bro. Like, and you go to any other genre, they're selling out arenas still, legends at 80. Like, if you go to a Mexican music, bro, it could be 80 still packed, still 20,000 in the fucking seats. And it's like, we got to stop doing that on hip hop, bro, because it's like we're doing a disservice and we're trying to throw away everything that's been done before. Like, no, we should be able to appreciate
it's like
it.
consuming itself. And it's like, where do they want people to go?
Yeah.
It's just like, it doesn't make any sense to me
Yeah.
at all because it's like, don't y'all want to get older?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they be like, you old. You be like,
And you know what I
bro,
noticed?
do you want to be 22 only?
Like in LA, you know what I noticed in LA radio, if you guys turn it on, a lot of the hits are like in the 2000s and 10s. they're still being played right now because there's like all the young new music that the sonics of it is not sticking, bro. Like a lot of it just doesn't come back. And you go to a lot of the music from like the 2010s to even 2000s. Those sonics, they still sound fresh to me when I hear it.
It was
Even when my kids pick it up, like a lot of my son, when he'll like listen to a Nas record that he never heard of, and I played it, he'll just add it to his playlist on his own, and like that's dope. He was able to grasp that sound and enjoy it without the media telling him you gotta listen to NBA YoungBoy. I love that my son is into the Nas's, the Eminems, the Kendricks, the Schoolboy Q's, the Kanye's, and is able to like love what the textures and the hooks and the sound of it and appreciate it to this day, because now everybody's on the NBA YoungBoy, everybody's in the same shit.
TikTokification of music.
Yeah, the TikTokification. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's everybody's doing like bad impressions of like the popular person.
Yeah.
And it's just flooded with that. So it's like people, you heard of this new guy, heard of this new guy. I'm like, well, this guy does that, and he's already the most popular artist, so I'll just listen to him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need the extra little like all the other people that are doing that sound, and that's why I'm kind of big on trying to work with artists and try to build a sound that's unique for them.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do like kind of some boom bap stuff on occasion. That's not really some of the stuff that we do. We might have tried some of that early on, maybe.
I mean, things can have a feel.
Yeah, like a little bit here and there, I guess, or whatever, maybe some live drums. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of different textures of stuff and just trying to be unique in that, because everything is kind of just homogenized and sounds the same.
What kind of stamp are you guys trying to leave on LA?
I don't even know if I have an answer for that, man.
Yeah, I haven't like thought about anything like that. I think my thing is just always just being honest with self. Like that's my goal in every project, every song I do, to evolve to make myself proud. I feel that when somebody listens to it, they grasp onto that. And I feel like when you listen to things that have information that better you, it makes you a fan of yourself. You know, because music isn't content to me. Like we don't sit in the studio, we got to make a song this week or put something out. Like it needs to be something that it has soul.
Yeah.
Like it's for you
Intention.
to yeah, you know, like
Intention,
I always wanted information as a child. Like my biggest thing was always like why is something this or this.
Oh, you were that kid.
Yeah. Like why? Because there's so much information and there's so many people who guard it. Where I'm just like, no, if I'm learning these things or if I'm getting with these people that are teaching me these things, my community needs to know this.
Yeah.
So when I'm giving you the music, this is valuable information. And, you know, that was like the whole process behind For the Babies. What can I give when I'm gone, when my nieces and nephews get to an age where they can really digest this music? What can they take out of this to learn from? You first got your first job, you start making some money, right? Like, oh, you should do this and this with it. Watch it grow. Then take that and put it in here and watch it grow and see how these things you can create your tree. You know, like I wanted that information. I wish I knew that the first time I saw Real Money, instead of fucking it off, doing rap shit, buying trinkets and things that I thought would put me in a place where now I look like it. That means I can go be around all this. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, I learned the hard way, right? Yeah. So here, let me put together what I think can serve you. Or if it don't serve you, if there's a little piece, take that piece. Again, take it and just run with it. And do what you can with it to plant your seeds. So to answer that, to plant seeds, small seeds, you know, that people can take and they can add to it. So you can make a garden. If I make the tomatoes here, I can bring the cucumbers and bring all these things together, because it's not about me at the end of the day. I just think that that's for me to think that I'm that important or my music is that important. And I'm not saying in a negative sense that this is life. You know, this conversation to me is more important than the music. I'm sitting here, we get to share our experiences.
Yeah.
That's what's important to me. So if music continues to give me that opportunity, then that's a blessing to me.
Yeah.
Because that's all I've ever wanted, is to have relationships and to share information.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You know, I want to get to a point because LA is like the music capital of the world, where our high schools have a studio where, like, are getting the youth behind it, like
Like
early.
it should be a class.
Should be a class where like it should be like one like a like one of those classes where, in order for you to we have a studio time, you gotta have maintain your grades. Because look, a lot of the kids now, a lot of them do want to hit the music or do content. And
The
I feel like
media.
we
Or
do
like a podcast,
We do. We have to get into that where we have to push forward even the education system to where they start creating these new tools because the world is changing.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing music. Everybody's doing content. Everybody's doing some type of media stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to get to that point where it's normalized out here, and we gotta get we're with the old type of like curriculum and shit.
Yeah, kids have to be taught to be self-sufficient
Yeah.
to where you don't have to go pay to do these things. You can learn these tools and then you can become an ecosystem within yourself to where now someone else is looking to learn it, you can teach it.
Yeah.
And then it grows and it grows and grows, you know?
Yeah, shout out Chief Keef because he normalized doing studios in the fucking hotel.
Yeah, I mean, you're saving a lot
you're
of money,
saving a
you
lot
know?
of money.
Like those thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of production and mixing or whatever it may be, you can dump into marketing and the song can actually get to where it needs to go. That's the hardest thing about music is getting the song to ears. I think that's what every artist wants.
Yeah.
You need a certain amount of money to do that nowadays. It's like, I mean, the reality behind marketing for music is like you find the people that sound closest to you. So you create like a lookalike audience, and then you put like $500 towards a song for people to go onto your Spotify, and then eventually you hope that enough people go to that song that Spotify algorithms pick it up. So it's this whole contrived system. Unfortunately, I'm a part of that system too as a marketer, but the reality of being in music is that you have to understand the business behind it. You have to understand the reason that these studios give you $1 million deals is because they're loans, and eventually you're gonna owe them back. So they want you to live this lavish lifestyle, put on this facade. Oh, I just got a $500,000 chain. That's through a loan that I received. But you know, their hope is for people to be uneducated and push these agendas of almost like self-harm, self-deprecating, but that's why it's so refreshing to be able to uplift voices like yourselves and a lot of the artists that we've had recently too. We are able to create a platform of people that are putting out positive messages for those people, especially around in LA. We got too many talented people to not be putting those in the forefront.
Yeah.
Let's break the envelope down because there's a lot of stuff I want to like get to. I usually prepare like for when artists come, we prepare, we listen to the music, we go through the Instagram and all that. But like just like doing my homework on this one, like it was a little bit more satisfying because I understand like certain things that you spots that you're hitting and things that you're saying. Like intentions, I heard you say the word yired, and a lot of people don't really say yired. So just like being from the city, I know like it makes me feel good. Like
It makes me feel seen out here.
I'm forgetting. It's like yired means like like that's burnt out, like that's whack. Like like
I also didn't know bag.
that
I
bag.
didn't
like
really know
you trying to bag? Like that's the thing. Yeah.
That was universal.
Yeah.
I just found out today.
Yeah, because like on intentions, you're talking. It's a quick track, first of all, and then like even like the sample goes crazy on that. But like you're talking about the differences between doing the right thing and cutting corners. So I think, and pretty much the track title is intentions. So it's like what are your intentions basically? That's like the second track that stood out.
Yeah. Again, that's like for the youth, right? Like in terms of what are your intentions of what you do, and just behind that is there was like an interesting exchange at in the workplace a few years ago where I was at like that was a question like, yo, what's the intention behind this? And I remember the response was, what? Like, what are you talking about? Intention? Like, I don't have to be doing something with an intention. And I was like, oh nah. Like what? Like everything has an intention behind it. And that song reminds me about my nephew a lot. because he's at that age where there's like all the things going on. So it's just like, well, which way are you gonna go? There's no right or wrong. It's just your choices, and everything comes with consequences to it. And your mama, your daddy, and me, auntie, none of us can save you. You can't be saved throughout any of it. And a lot of things that you do, you may not be able to make a second choice after that. So it's in terms of just getting the information and taking the information and doing what you want with it. And that's like basis of like the lyrics in there, you know?
That's part of the thing where he's talking about with the kids in school. It's like, although I do think we need people to be making music, it's just like, well, what is your intention in getting into it? If they're just looking at like chains and cars and just want the girls, it's like, okay, well, like if you don't genuinely have a love for it, you're going to burn yourself out, and you're probably going to stop because it's not going to click because you only wanted it for this anyway. Yeah. So people got to learn how to love whatever they're doing, because that makes the work easier. Like I genuinely love making beats. Like it's almost like a video game for me at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to just pick up and just start doing it. And if we keep having people just jumping into everything all the time, it floods the market. And then it's just like, well, who's real and who's what? And everybody's going to be characters. So me and him are pretty like highly focused on just being who we are and trying to express like the way we feel about things. Me on the beats and him in the intention of the music, you know?
Yeah, there's a bar on there that says, you trying to validate your feelings in a mosh pit. And it's just like, in that, you're surrounded, you know, and you're trying to be validating yourself with everybody. Instead, it's like, again, you have to always look inward. And that's like a reoccurring theme on all the songs of inward. Remind yourself to trust self. Like if you don't trust yourself, doesn't matter where you end up or what you end up with, you lose it all. Yeah. And I know that personally. So that's why these things are the topics that I bring up on each song.
Yeah, because then we go to GT3 and, you know, you're talking more about like lifestyle and talking what you live and also like what you love. You also shout out Highland Park. You shout out Altadena and the Paisas on the horses. Because I know we think sometimes, like, I know Compton, you know, has their thing with the horses too, but like Altadena, you know, they have their horses up there too. So like I think that was refreshing to hear for sure.
Shout out to Vera.
Yeah.
A song like that, that's an ego song. There's a lot of egotistical things that are being mentioned in that song, and that's a reminder of like that's still a part of me. No matter how much I elevate it, there's still those points where I go back into that, and I honor that. I'm not gonna run away from it or try to act as if I'm holier than thou. Like, nah, I like nice shit too. I want nice shit too, but that's not who I am. It's not based solely on that. But that's the experience of being a human being. And me and him talk about that all the time because he's always on me like, well, how can you say duh, 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 duh? And I'm just like, well, I don't really want to talk about that. And he's like, yeah, but you've lived that and you've been in that. It's a part of you. Like you don't get to just vanish away from things in your life because you've moved on from it. It's all a part of the story. And I've embraced that more. You know, when I started getting back into music, I was like, I can't fuck with none of that shit, talking about none of this, watches, chains, and this, and this. But it's a part of the experience.
It's part of the experience, yeah.
It's part of it. And I'm happy to know that those things are there. Yeah. Doesn't mean I got to be a part of it. It's like anything in life. It's a choice. You know, back to intention. What's your intention and what you're doing with this? And
but I think it's also good to like kind of drop those like randomly because at the end of the day, it's still who you are or who you were. So it's okay to like, you know, put it out there.
And egotistically, I can still talk that shit.
Yeah, you
like,
could.
That's
You
like,
really could.
That's like
he has some of the things.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
Like,
so
like you could.
Yep.
You could sprinkle it in there.
Because then we go to P&E. And that beat is so smooth. Like I feel like Scottie, like that's probably one of my favorite beats on that album. It just flows effortlessly. And again, you shout out Lincoln and Westlake. Like, you know, we talk a lot about like Pasadena, Altadena, but like they're still up there, like on the west side of Lake. You know, that it has a lot going on. And even just the hook is I got the world on my shoulders, like that and the smooth beat is like, bro, come on. And then you got the feature. Who's the feature on
my
there?
boy Russ. Shout out to my boy Russ.
Bro, the beat's going like this, and he's flowing, but he's cutting right through it. Because you're going with the beat. You're going with the hook, even on your verse. But he's cutting right through it, and like that's like perfect because it's like this, and he's going like this. that's like perfect, bro. He's going at it, boom, boom, boom. But you forget that the beat is so smooth, and then you come back in, and it's just like, bro, like that's probably one of my favorite records for sure.
I love that song. I love making those type of records with him because that's like our bag in a sense of like that's what the foundation, that is a foundational song for the album, and like being a musician, like those type of songs of self-reflection, and to be able to dive into that of they're mirror songs. I really like mirror songs because those are the songs where I can hold the mirror up and look at myself.
Yeah.
It's not about anybody else. It's not about being a rapper. It's not about it's purely about my experiences and how I am feeling on the inside and purging it out. And you know, I talk about you know, drinking the dirty syrup until you know there's no life in my eyes. Or like it takes me back to those moments where I remember like waking up from drinking like that.
Yeah.
And like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what the hell happened? You know, like like your soul just enters back in your body. You know, so it's you get to time travel in those songs.
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that's something I do a lot. Like it can kill being present for me, but like I like to time travel and like check myself into these points in my life to remind myself like that is again, it was there and it's still, you know, it's still a part of you. And I want to regularly check in to remind myself that I am all these things.
Yeah, I think that's really dope. I think that's what makes like the great artists. Like they're able to like, yeah, I was that person back then, but I could bring it back for this record to give you that feeling. No, that's fucking dope.
Because I mean, you could keep going down the list. Like, where's your backbone?
Yeah.
Like you said something. You said hate therapy, but romanticize drugs.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty hard, bro. That's mirror shit right there.
Yeah, you know that it's I ain't gonna go talk to somebody, but I'll go smoke, go do this, and that's gonna be my therapy. And it's just like the thought process behind that is always just like it's just really interesting to me. Of you're looking for something, and there is a way to it, but you only see this. It's the tunnel vision. Of if you remove the tunnel, there's all of these things that can get you to this feeling. But you're in love with this one way. You know, again, the ego, right? It's my way and I'm going to do it this way only. And again, a mirror song because I understand that because I knew what it was like to do that. And I know that people can relate to that because a lot of people are on that path still, you know, and it's not judging either. It's just knowing of like, yo, it's there and that's it. You know, like, again, what do you do with the information?
Yep. Then we go to Face in the Dash. I think that's where you're like talking your shit the most. That's like that's like you just let it out on that one. Cause I mean, I love the bass on there. It's just honestly just heavy bass throughout the whole album. But you're popping it more, and also repping Altadena. Like I think that's when you actually said Altadena.
Yeah, clean the Fox body rims with a case of Moet.
Yeah, and it's a quick record. Like I know that's the other thing I noticed, that they weren't long records. They were just like, you know, 2 minutes. They weren't really.
A lot of those songs are supposed to have features.
I wasn't even gonna say that we had a nice feature for that.
Yeah, we had SV Dom was featuring on that,
okay.
but you know, losing the files and trying to piece it together just didn't work. You know, and Backbone was supposed to have Zap on it. But again, you know, it's like these things, it just didn't work out, you know, but it still worked out.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's one of my favorite ones. It's either this or the P&E record for me.
I like that Face in the Dash beat a lot.
Yeah.
To me, it's like
G-Unit. That's a G-Unit beat right there.
He's hilarious. Okay, I can see that though. But yeah, it's like high tech. So it's like I feel like it has an East Coast vibe to it, but it has a West Coast vibe to it at the same time. It's like mixed in there or whatever. It's kind of weird. It's like and it's like this weird soundscapes in there. I just like.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
love that shit.
I'm also happy to hear like Frey like make the album.
Yeah,
because I know, you know, bro's been grinding for a long time, and he's also been, you know, side by side with Scottie. So it's like good to
always working.
You know, hear him on there, bro. That's congrats to
You know,
him.
I'm always
for
trying to
sure.
put people together, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I love Frey's energy.
Yeah, man.
Frey, when
He's-
Frey comes into the studio, he just lights the
Guys
room
like
up.
that,
Like,
dude, in like the
Yeah.
funniest way. in
and
the
he
world,
can
man.
take you from here to there, like with all in just like the matter of
Yeah,
minutes. And I'm
yeah.
like, it's so interesting to
Yeah.
me, you know. And it's like, and it's not a character.
Yeah.
This is who this
It's
person
just how he
is.
is, yeah.
Yeah, and I like, I find that to just be like joyful. Like I could see the joy in him of like just when he talks about just whatever, you know, he's just super joyful, and you know, fuck the rap shit or whatever. But like as a person, you know, I'm like, that always gives me hope when I see things like that.
Yeah.
Like he'll talk about, man, you know, this happened today, Papa, when he says it,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Papa, yeah.
And he'll be like, but it's all good.
Yeah.
And I'm just, and like, I love that. Like, again,
Yeah.
the childlike qualities.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody should have that to
Yeah.
just hit that and to be able to smile and just,
Yeah.
it's, I love seeing it, man.
Yep.
And I love his energy.
Yeah, he always brings good energy in the studio, always.
And just to like recap the album, like you're basically just leaving gems to the youth. For the Babies makes sense to I mean you kind of say it in the intro, but like in the outro, you're basically just using music as a currency to leave behind to your loved ones for the babies.
Yeah, it's a part of my will.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like all my nieces and nephews, whatever is made off the album goes to them.
Yeah.
Whatever I create throughout life, all their names are going to be on it.
Yeah.
So for them to know that and to see, okay, you know, let me see what Uncle Toe is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me follow those steps. All right, he did pretty okay for himself. So let me take that, and then they go create their version of it.
Because it's like what he said, it's like what you want to leave behind, and you're leaving that plus more. You know, so I think that's a pretty good concept.
Yeah, you know, me and my partner, we don't want to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we got enough nieces and nephews
Yeah.
to take care of. So it's just like, yo, y'all got it.
Yeah.
You know, whatever I can create, this is for y'all,
Yeah.
you know, and do with it as you please. You know, I can't, when I'm gone, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not haunting you, you need to go invest in this and do
Yeah.
this with the money. Like, nah. If you make bad decisions with it, again, there's consequences to it, and you'll see those throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're left with nothing, you can pick the music up and hopefully you can restart and use those gems.
And also they can get to it like when they want to. It's not something that like you're gonna sit them down like, here, you need to listen to this. Like
Yeah.
eventually down the line they'll come back into it and be like, oh, like I want to know what's going on. Or not even just this, but like other music that you've done before. Like they might just do their deep dive one day, or you know, they'll become familiar with it and they'll be like, oh, I feel like I want to. You want to hear a certain thing, like, oh, I want to go back and hear this. Like I think that's cool. Like you're leaving it up to them to, you know, experience it when they want.
And that's not just for children either. That's for adults. You know, like
For
there's,
sure.
there's things
For
I
sure.
picked up when I was 20 that I'm picking up now. Like, oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not in control of that. And I think that that's the best thing about life when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're ready, you will find the things.
Yeah.
And I'm big on that. So it's
Yeah.
like when people find this, or people are getting attracted to this, they're ready, you know. I might not be alive during that time, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like I've come to a peace where as long as you make it and you leave it, you know, I've done my duty as a human being.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're all here to be of service at some way. You know, we all have to figure that out individually. And you know, I'm very happy to be of service with Scottie and leaving this behind.
Yep.
You know, I think about my time with my dad in terms of like, hey, when I need this, or I needed something, he couldn't provide it to me, right? And then to find out that what was left behind in the will and how I didn't do right by that.
Mm-hmm.
How can I try to leave something
Yeah.
to get somebody prepared for it? Because it's about information. It's about sharing
Yeah.
it. Like I always go back to that, to where, hey, if I can properly leave you something that you could do with it, I did my job.
It was a good album, bro, and I'm
appreciate
happy.
that,
I'm
man.
happy. You know, you
Yeah.
guys locked that in, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure this will drop like a little bit after you drop.
Friday,
Yeah.
the 5th.
But just before we leave, I want to hear you break down your clothing brand too, because it's a big deal.
Exceed all expectations. It's all built around the same, you know, evolution, self-belief, independent. I love it, you know. I drop things just kind of like when I feel like it or when it makes sense to have inspiration behind it. Like I'm really inspired by friends and community. The videos I make are usually around their family or whatever they may be doing, and it's how I live my life. And I don't see it as a clothing brand, you know. Like I don't wake up and like I gotta go make some clothes or
Yeah.
new designs or anything like that. I'm like, I believe the people who gravitate to it, it represents them. Like when you put the clothing on, it's you. That's why on the bags when I send out merch, it says thank you for letting us represent you. Yeah, man, it's community. I it's not about me.
Yeah.
As again going back to being a single child, it's always been about me, but it's not. It's about
Yeah.
people.
For real. Because I mean, just for one, like that shit is fly. Like the Altadena one, I get a lot of compliments on that one. All
Where
the
you
time.
lead with your heart.
And even like you and From the Ground Up. I was up on From the Ground Up before I found you. But like both of you guys have like similar styles and messages and intentions, and they're pretty big, you know, in the city. So I fuck with them heavy. So like, you know, it's a staple in the city for sure. So
Yeah,
shout out to, you know,
shout out to
Jose,
Vera.
shout out to Vera, yeah.
I've you know, Vera is he's been one of my best friends since day one. He sent every version of me, and he's always had unconditional love for me. And I've learned so much from him in traits and how you move and how you respond to things. And I definitely want to give him his flowers. I love him, you know.
sure,
That's always been a brother, and his family's always welcomed me in since day one. His mom has treated me like a son, and I'm very grateful for him.
Yeah. Bro's locked in on his I mean, I know he started hats, and then he did shirts. He's like socks, and he's at the endangered store. So like, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to
sure.
Vera.
You have any?
Shout out to Renee too. Renee's a part of it as well.
And do you have any like last words or any like you got a video coming or like what do you guys got?
Yeah, there's a video for P&E, a theatrical video.
Yeah.
I'm super grateful for this moment. Like I'm really soaking it in. Like, you know, I was telling you when I got up in here, I haven't done this for a while, and it feels amazing. It's amazing that
brother.
I got to create with my boy, and we're building an ecosystem amongst our community. That's all I've ever wanted. It doesn't look how I originally saw it, but that's not how life works.
Yeah.
And you know, just the feelings of growth, evolution, love, joy. It's really been something I've leaned on, especially after this year. It's been a tough year, you know, to say the least. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be alive right now. I'm grateful to be in good health. I'm grateful to be able-bodied. I'm grateful to be able to continue on.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything, Scottie?
I mean, he basically said it all right there, man.
Where can we find you guys though?
I'm happy to create too. I'm happy that you know, when I reached out to him, he actually responded to it. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have just gave it up. But you know, again, I was heavy on the story. Like I don't feel right making music out here without acknowledging somebody that I've known this long. He needs to be in the forefront of some of this energy that's you know, we trying to put out here, because I'm really trying to connect with as many people in the city that are trying to do something for real and make as much music as possible. So I'm happy that I get to work with him, because he seems to be the one that's let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It's shows up every week, you know, never fails. You know what I'm saying? So as long as he's with it, I'm with it. We're going to keep it moving.
I got one more. Most important person in my life, my partner, Jennifer Hercules. I'm at this space because of her. To have a backbone like that is the reason why I can continue to explore the evolution of being a man and have somebody who's unconditionally loving me. Very appreciative of her.
And she bought a photo for me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the reason why she came up was because I was wearing your shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is he? And she was like, oh, like he stayed at home. But like even
That's me.
Because it was a picture of my son during COVID, and he was buying a paleta from the paletero. And as soon as I sold it, I told my son, I was like, hey, you won't believe what photo I just sold. and it was that one, and it's just like the correlation, like it was just so random, bro. Like
It's not random.
and I still can't fathom like someone bought a picture of that and it's in their house. Like that's crazy.
It's the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she's taught me about community, and she's taught me about showing up and being of service. You know, so that there's no mistake on why that photo was.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. I can't believe that shit.
It's beautiful, man. Life is a blessing, and
really is.
I'm very honored to have been given life.
Yes. We gotta love music out here for sure. Make sure you guys tap in. Where can we find you guys though?
Torbjorn Crawford, Twitter, IG, YouTube, TORBJORN CRAWFORD, across all social media platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever it may be.
Scottie Rippin, SCOTTIE _. Rippin, just ripping without the G on the end. Basically Instagram. I don't really be trying to be on Twitter and all that type of stuff, man. I'm cool off that. Maybe I'll get a TikTok and start making beats on there, but you know that's to be decided. We'll see. So, you know, you can catch me there for sure.
So make sure you guys tap in with the homie that with the breathing techniques. I'm very interested in that actually. So shout out to you guys. Any last words?
Appreciate it, fellas.
You guys are inspiration. Thank
For
you
sure.
so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're the
guys.
reason why we created a platform like this.
It's a
Honestly.
room full of inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, we all can inspire one another.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, and we are out.
Peace.
Peace.